We're gonna do an update here on my seeds. So let's pull these down out of this light so that you can see them better. All right, I brought them in my laundry room because it's a bit brighter in here. So these 6 were all red onion and only this guy sprouted. None of my other ones sprouted. Now, to be fair, the onion all my seeds that I have right now are between 1 and 5 years old. It's very possible that my seeds were never going to germinate because they were so old. So I'm keeping this guy. I'm on the hunt for more red onion seeds. So far, just in the stores, I have not been able to find any. You can order them online, but there's always shipping, and it just feels silly to order just one thing online. So I did find Walla Walla onions in the store. So I have gone ahead and planted them in these cups that were the red onion seeds. These are my leeks. So we got 1, 2, 3. I am not seeing anything there yet. I forget how long ago I planted those. I'll have to check. And then my Spanish onions. So my Spanish onions did really well, and I might have to transplant some of these guys because I think they're like, well, they're supposed to be about 1 inch apart, and that's a little more than 1 inch. So I have these, this and this are growing. These 2 didn't grow. So I've actually planted some Valencia onions in these ones. I might do a couple more onion seeds today since I'm going to be getting my hands dirty anyways. And I am going to plant some broccoli. Cauliflower, because it's the beginning of March and most of my seeds that need to be started indoors that are still left are going to be like mid-March, early April, but cauliflower is beginning of March. So we're going to get a bunch of those planted up or like started today, and I might do up a few more onions while I'm at it. I just found more red onion. I don't know if this was the red onion I already used. I think it might be. Maybe I just had more seeds and didn't realize I hadn't used them all up. I only got 1 out of 6. No, because I put like 6 seeds in each. So I only got 1 sprout out of 36 seeds with this, but if they're bad anyways, I might as well just plant the rest and see if I can get any more. Otherwise they're garbage anyway, so might as well see if I can get something out of them. So I'm gonna get some more red onion planted up now too. It's March 14th and I'm just checking on all my cauliflowers. So I put a bunch of seeds in each cup because I wasn't sure how well they were going to germinate. But you can see, I think every seed that I put in that cup has germinated. Looks like I got 3 in this one. This one has like 6. So I'm gonna play around a little bit with trying very carefully to transplant these seedlings. From what I've read online, when you thin out, you basically just have to kill them off. But the whole point of me putting more than 1 seed in each of these cups was to maximize how many seeds would actually germinate. So I was able to get one of them out. I just really gently went in with this stick and kind of separated it from the rest and just kind of worked up the soil around it. And so all the roots were still in sort of like this clump of soil that I was able to just put in. This was a red onion cup. I've given up on my red onions. The seeds were really old, so I'm not that shocked. Anyways, I don't have it placed in there very well. I gotta get it in there a little deeper and straighten it out. But I think that's what I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna try and get these all down to at least 2, ideally 1 seedling per cup, and then see how they do with the transplant. It might take them a couple days to sort of bounce back, but I think if I just get them into some soil and give them a good watering and put them back under the light, hopefully we'll be able to save all these guys and they'll keep growing. I don't know. We're going to experiment. Is March 28th today, and I am about to plant some broccoli. I am late for this. This was supposed to be done mid-March, so I'm about 2 weeks behind. About 2 weeks ago, I came down and did some planting, and before I did that, the night before, I checked on my Farmer's Almanac garden planner, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm supposed to plant peas and broccoli mid-March. Perfect. The next morning I woke up, I came down here, I planted peas and beans. Beans, I don't even need to start till May. They grow so fast. I'll show you one of my beans already. It's ridiculously huge. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because it's going to be way too big before it's ready to go on the ground. So I want to get my broccoli planted, even though I'm a couple weeks late. Better late than never. And then I'll take you on a little tiny tour and show you what I've got growing so far. I am very quickly running out of space down here, and I need another grow light. And I haven't really solved those problems yet, but we're gonna do something fun and plant some broccoli. here's my dilemma. I could move things a little bit on this table and get another tray in here. I have 2 more seed heat mats. I've got one under here right now. So I could definitely set it up that way, but I only have these 2 lights. This one, I don't even have a way to mount it, but it's not hot at all, so it can sit right on this plastic dome, and I'm not worried about that. But I need another one of these, I think, and some way to put it over top of the plants, because right now, not all my plants are getting full direct light, and especially now that I'm adding all these broccoli, and broccoli want the heat, and they're going to want the light, so I have to do a workaround with all of this to try and figure out the best way, because I don't want to grow all these seedlings and then have them die off because my setup wasn't great. So anyways, I want to show you a little bit of what I've got going on here. So like I said, I accidentally planted all my beans a couple weeks ago, and I had done my peas as well. I have 1 pea so far, an Alaska pea that has sprouted. I don't see any others that have sprouted so far. Let me see if I can take this container off of here for a second. This really is not an ideal setup, but because we're doing the kitchen right now, this is kind of as good as it's going to get for this year. And we'll work on it next year. Okay, there we go. So let's see. So yeah, so that's my only, oh no, I have another pea right there coming in as well. And then look at this pole bean. It's so big already. Just crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But yeah, that's it for those so far coming in. My tomatoes are doing awesome. So you can see pretty much all of them sprouted. I think 1, maybe 2. No, I think only just this one didn't sprout. So I'm really pleased with that. So they're all doing really great. Peppers are not in yet. I have this little guy right here and this little guy right here who I accidentally knocked over like 3 minutes ago. So I'm hoping he'll recover okay. Otherwise, my peppers have not sprouted at all. And I think, again, because I've got my light kind of like centered here, I feel like they're not getting as much light. I don't know. But they're on the heat mat, so at least they should be happy with that. So that's this tray, and now I've just added my broccoli. I'm going to add a bit more water once the water that I added initially soaked in. I find you kind of have to do 2 waterings because otherwise it just all sits at the top for a while. So I'll get those watered. These guys are also going to want, like I said, the heat and the light. So I might be going to Canadian Tire today. And then over here, we also have all of our stuff for the kitchen all down here. So it's it's not easy down here right now. So these are all cauliflowers. Some of them, so I did like 2 or 3 seeds per because I wasn't sure if they were going to sprout. And then a lot of them did, so then I transplanted a bunch of them. And I can't tell if the transplants, like some of them aren't looking as good. I know it's kind of hard to see with this red light, but I'm just going to keep watering them and hope for the best. I have some little celeries coming in. I've got one there. I've got a couple right there. A couple right there. So that's exciting. These are all my onions. These are a mix of Valencia, Spanish. I think there's one red in there somewhere. And then I have a leek right there. He's growing right up against the side of the cup, which I don't love, but I'm going to keep an eye on him. And that's pretty much it. And then I have some dill over here under this guy. So that is it for so far. April and May, I'll have more to plant. But I'm thinking what I'm going to need to do is maybe I have this tray too. Set this one up here with another grow light above it and a heat mat under it. That's what I'm thinking might be the best idea. I don't know. My husband is a very bad influence on me. I was planning to go just to Canadian Tire to get another small grow light, and I was going to have my 3 grow lights covering the area of the table.
and I was going to see how that would work. And he's like, oh, why don't you just go to the hydroponics store and see what lights they have? And, you know, maybe you can get like a one big light that'll cover the whole table. And so $200 later, I'm coming home with this guy right there. I didn't even measure the table, nothing. I was like, oh, I'll just stop in, see what they've got, compare it to Canadian Tire. I'm sure I'll just get my light still, but nope. Came home with this big guy. The guys in the store assured me that these are one of the best lights and they've seen great plants with this light. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but um I don't know if it's even big enough to cover my whole table, but we're going to set it up and see, or I'm going to ask Andrew if he'll set it up for me. And if it is big enough, then I could at least take back the other light to Canadian Tire and get back. I think that one was like $70. So save a little bit of money there. But it would truthfully solve all my problems if I just had one big light for all my plants to be under. This one I think is 4 feet, and I'm trying to think of how long my table is. I feel like it's, yeah, I feel like it's more than 4 feet. Anyways, we'll try it out. The bad influence himself. He's gonna set up the light for me. Oh yeah, that's gonna be way bigger than that one.
Yeah, baby. Oh, you have a knife right here.
Yeah, look at me, I'm all prepared. I actually do think this is gonna make it way less of a headache, but
Wow.
I was going for this guy right there, and I came home with this. I better do gardening for like the next 10 years.
Bought this, I'd be in big trouble. But Danny go out and buy it. We can have some fun. Oh, they're so dinky.
Unboxing.
4 lights for ya.
Yeah, they had an 8 light one too, but I thought that would be too powerful for my needs. Wow, look how shiny. Oh, actually, you know what? That's gonna probably be really great for this space.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Look at this. There. 1. Okay. All right, Danny. Do the honors. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1. Doesn't matter. It's turned off. So.
Okay. Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
Here's the new setup. One big light, and it's actually lighting up all my plants really nicely. And Andrew grabbed me one of those so that I could plug in another heat mat so I can get my broccolis warm. And I moved all my peas over to this tray, which has no heat mat under it because these ones don't like the heat. So now we'll see how things go.